Hello, this video has been produced to show an installation of the Magic heating box from a plumber's perspective. Our plumber Jim has over 25 years experience in the plumbing industry. He installs the Magic heating box for the installation company, and he was so impressed with the product that he bought a box and installed it in his own home. Jim has an unvented gas-fired central heating system with water cylinder, radiators and underfloor heating. He therefore has 3 zones. So let's start by asking Jim what impressed him so much about this product so that he actually installed it in his own home.
What attracted me was obviously after meeting the inventor and seeing the passion that he's got with this system, and then when you analyse it, by putting in pumps on it, extra pumps on it with a 6-metre head, we're also taking the motorised valves out and then increasing the flow by 70%. It stands to reason that the radiators are going to get hotter quicker, the boiler's going to turn off quicker because of it, and when you analyse the system you can see why the boiler can be turned down, thus saving you a lot of gas. Before you start the installation, obviously once you've got it drained down, hoik up the power flush unit and give it a good power flush. My existing system was an S-Plan Plus, whereupon I had 3 zone valves, 1 pump and just a shunt pump for the underfloor heating. With the Magic box, we've got 3 pumps on it now. We've got 1 for the central heating, 1 for the underfloor heating, and then 1 on the primary return back to the boiler. Therefore, we're getting a lot more flow rate. The logical place to put the heating box is obviously at a central location, as near to all the other pipework as I can possibly get it. And in this particular instance, I've got it right in the middle of everything, which is a perfect scenario really. The original primary flow had a pump on it here. We've taken it out, rerouted the flow to the cylinder via a motorised valve. We've also put a bypass in with a wheel type. We then come straight to the top of the Magic heating box with an automatic air vent. From there, first thing first, we put a return with a 6-metre head Band-Aid pump on it back to the boiler. We've then got 2 tap-ins for the central heating, a flow and a return with a pump on the flow or the return, it doesn't really make any difference. We've then got another tap-in, flow and a return for the underfloor heating, again with a pump on it. In this particular instance, it was easier to use this return as opposed to one round there. It really doesn't make any difference where the flow and returns come in. The most important thing is that the primary flow comes in at the top and the return for the boiler goes down from one of the lower tap-ins. Other than that, top one's a flow, bottom one's a return. This is the primary flow, straight into a motorised valve, which is operated via the cylinder stat. Half of it goes through the motorised valve, the other half goes straight through the gate valve, which in this particular instance we leave fully open, therefore getting maximum flow rate straight into the Magic heating box. The existing programmer was here, so with all the wiring there, it makes sense just to replace it like for like with all the wires there. On the back of the unit, we've then got our live neutral earth in, which is just our supply. With zone 1, we've got a live and a neutral. The live goes to the cylinder stat. When that makes a circuit, it then livens up the motorised valve, which then opens up. Zone 2, just send a live wire to the room stat. When the room stat makes a circuit, it livens up the pump. Zone 3 works the same way as zone 2, but all 3 of them systematically turn the pump on the primary return. The primary checks when you've filled the system up is to make sure that all the lock shield valves are open fully, thus utilising the maximum flow rate from the system. And then once we've got the system up and running, is to check that the primary flow is at 60 degrees. The other things are just the basic heating system checks, i.e. topping up with chemicals and bleeding the radiators. At a customer's house, obviously after commissioning the system, I then run through the manual with the customer, the nuts and bolts of the system, and obviously filling out the warranty card.